Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, May 10th. It is 6:24 right now. The market's going to open in about 6 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. It's good. So let me go ahead and send this link out to you guys here in the premium. All right, perfect. All right. As people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. So we have liquidity right there, 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 going down to the 8-hour, there, down to the 4-hour, there. Going down to the 30-minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, May 10th. It is 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. I marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is going to be at 39,647. Closest level below is going to be at 39,606. Going over to our clean chart here, I'm going to mark up 6:30. Mark up 8 o'clock. Go up to the 4-hour real quick. Identify structure. So price is currently at the it's currently in the 4-hour resistance right now, it looks like. Structure there. All right, so yeah, like I said, price is currently in the 4-hour resistance level right now. We'll zoom out. Let's see where price ends up going from here. That ATR is a little low. So, I mean, if anything, if this just becomes like a big area where it kind of gets stuck, I'll just go ahead and take off this zone and I'll mark up the 1-hour zones. I mean, the 1-minute zones. So we got that marked up right there. Here is our main chart. I believe we had some news from today. News at, well, not really any news. We have news at 7 o'clock. The 6 o'clock was just the Fed speaking. News at 7 o'clock right here, high impact. All right, so we got everything marked up. News from today, we had the Fed speaking at 6, not really much happening before that. The ATR is extremely low right now at 5 ATR. So it didn't really move the market very much when the Fed started speaking at 6. We have high impact news over here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be the Michigan consumer sentiment. It's like inflation news, just the overall economic outlook for this month. And we'll see where that takes price. But anyways, ATR is very low. Market's opening up in about 20 seconds. And we'll take it from there. Hey, David, morning. Morning, Hawk. Morning, Nick. Morning, Jacob. Morning, Sadie. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, market is open now. So we got market open right here. We go and open market opening price. Let's get right there. So the trend's currently bullish, and we'll see where this ends up going, as price continues to move long, of course. It's currently rejecting off the 4-hour resistance right there. But again, if this gets too messy because it just covers up the entire area, I will take it off. The liquidity right here on top got hit already. So if anybody took that, it looks like it was a full TP here, but it got hit pre-market. So it kind of just depends on like when you guys decided to take that trade there. So the first level of liquidity right there got hit pre-market. I wouldn't take the open candle, of course. You guys already know it's a little bit of some manipulation there. But anyways, back to our main chart here. So we currently are in a bullish trend right now with regard to the pivots and with regard to the trend meter. So we're probably going to be looking for some buys here. Looking up here at retail sentiment is currently 71% short. This indicates that 71% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and buy. And lastly, looking over here at the fundamentals are currently up 115 points. We're probably going to be looking for some buys here, most likely. There's breaking news here from CNBC. It just reported stocks rise as Dow pushes for an 8-day winning streak. From this here, you want to be careful because you can see how this candle here, right here, just came right back down after that was reported because of the, obviously the manipulation. So we have a PRB that's setting up right here, though. We have the first rejection off this, this pivot right here. This next candle looks like it's going to be the space consolidation candle. So there goes the space consolidation candle. If we get another wick rejection off the bottom, this could be the possible PRB entry. So this could be a PRB right here. I'll be looking for a possible momentum divergence, which can happen, probably after price moves along. And on top of that, it might push past this higher high for a high-low scalp. So I'll keep looking right here. We would need the confirmation of retracement, though. So we don't really have that yet, but the PRB is setting up right here. So if this candle closes green, this is going to be the PRB entry for whoever is looking to take it. I'm not going to take it myself. Also, the ATR is still very low. So I might want to be a little careful with that. And it's also at opening price. So red flag right there, of course. And that was also a triple confluence right here earlier, I guess. All right, guys, so there goes the PRB entry. PRB is actually running right now. Again, I'm not in this position, but we'll follow it. So the PRB is currently running right now. The ATR is very, very low, so you want to be careful. What I'm going to be looking for here is I'll look for a confluence. I'll look for the momentum divergence here to swing back up. So if we get a momentum divergence here, I will take that for a buy. But at this very moment, it's not looking like we're getting one here just yet. So we just got to give it some time here. Probably won't happen on this very candle unless this candle is extremely huge. And if this candle is extremely huge, I will probably not take it. So I'm hoping the candles here kind of just, I'm okay with it being a little green, like, a decent green candle, but nothing too big, like nothing where it spikes up, because I want the momentum divergence here to actually confirm. So not confirmed yet, but almost. All right, so it's converging right there, pretty decent. If this candle here closes as a strong green candle, this would be a momentum divergence. The only problem with this, though, is that it's touching opening price. So I'll probably hold off on this for now. It's just a little bit of a tricky entry here. I think the candle might be a little too big as well. So this is probably going to go against what I'm looking for. So I'm probably going to hold off on this here because it does touch one of the red flags. And this is one of the important red flags that I try to avoid. So if you guys want to take this, this will probably be a momentum divergence, guys, if you guys are looking for it. Again, like I said, it's touching opening price, so I'm probably not going to take this trade here. I'll just follow it and we'll see how it plays through. It's probably going to shoot right through to TP. But again, like I said, it's a tricky entry because of the red flag right there. So there goes the momentum divergence entry. Again, I'm going to sit out on this because it is touching this blue line here, which is opening price. And that just meets one of my red flags that I typically look out for. I don't really want to trade around sessions, and I don't want to trade around opening price. And there you go, full TP on that right there. So if anybody caught that, nice work, full TP on the momentum divergence. And then also the PRB over here is still running in profit right now. Yeah, Nick sat out of it as well, which is perfectly fine. It's all good. We're gonna wait for the next one. There's gonna be more opportunities here to come. It's just a matter of time until they do. So it's got to be very careful, especially on a Friday. So if you guys are not familiar, I know most of you guys here are familiar with Friday market, but for you guys who are new, Fridays are typically riskier days to trade, right? Mondays are risky because people are entering the market from the weekend. Fridays are risky because people are exiting the market from the weekend. So you're going to get spikes in volatility in both directions. You know, people entering, people exiting, and you're going to get an influx of movement and volatility on days like this. The thing on top of that is that the ATR is still very low. So, you know, the movement here might be a little choppy. Nice. So William caught it, looks like. Natasha got it for a partial. Solid as well. So I'm just going to look for price to kind of stabilize a bit, and then I'll start looking for some opportunities. So if you guys are looking at the liquidity over here, the liquidity over here also hit full TP. This thing's pushing up heavy right now. So liquidity pretty much across the board over here has pretty much hit pretty nice. Let's see. All right, so like Nick said over here, there's a possible MPS that's setting up as well. If anybody's looking to take it, I think price might be a little overextended at this point. Let me check. No, it's okay. Not horrible right now. So there could be a possible MPS entry. I mean, depending on how these candles close. If you get a red candle somewhere, the MPS would be at the next level. Actually, the ATR is too low right now. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, thanks for that. ATR is currently at 13. It's probably going to pick up though. Well, it's actually picking up very quickly. It was at 8 earlier, went to 9, went to 10, 11, now it's at 13. So the ATR is still too low. It's currently at 13 right now. So there's no MPS that is really available that's going to be satisfying the requirements. All right, so we got nothing here yet. If you guys are looking for the MPS, I mean, if you really want to take it, feel free. But, you know, like we said earlier, it's a bit of a tricky area right now with how everything is currently moving. So I'm going to look for the retracement. I don't know if we're going to get that retracement by news over here at 7 o'clock because price is a bit overextended. So like price might push up a little bit, then it might retrace a little bit here, and then it might just go sideways until news. And then when news happens, it's going to break out, right? So I guess we'll just sit tight here for a little bit. Yeah, Nick said might move similar to yesterday. Exactly. It might just keep pushing up higher. All right, we got some team profits here from David. Nice work, David. Total profit of 115 for the day. So David looks like he took that buy earlier, rolled that up, made some quick profit. All right. So we don't really have anything here again. It's about to be 6:40. So once it gets closer to 6:40, we got to be a little more vigilant as we get closer and closer to news because news at 7 o'clock is high impact to what's forecasted. So the news at 7 o'clock is forecasted to be negative. Well, we'll see. All right, so we just gotta wait for the retracement. There's nothing that I would personally take here yet. I would wait for it to retrace even the slightest bit. I would be okay with it retracing even a little bit. And then we will go from there. So price is still kind of climbing right now, climbing up a little bit. I'm gonna refresh my charts. I want to make sure. I always forget to refresh it. I know sometimes the data gets a little laggy. Okay, so here's the PRB, guys. PRB obviously was a full TP, as you guys can see here. So all the entries that came up today have been a full TP. PRB full TP. The momentum divergence over here full TP. Let me refresh this chart real quick. So for the clean chart, I think I'm going to take off that this 4 hour zone. I'll wait a little bit and then I'll take it off once. Actually, I'll just take it off now. It's just way too big. We have a possible higher high here. So price establishes this as the higher high, which it just did right there. Um, there goes the zone. Support down here. Support. All right, so there goes structure right there on the clean chart. It's a lot easier to see now that I've taken away that 4 hour resistance. But pretty much all of the liquidity here got hit. So 1, 2, 3 levels right here got hit for full TP. The PRB hit full TP, of course, and then the momentum divergence. Price is finally retracing back down. We want the sell signal here. The sell signal is going to be key for us to identify the retracement. We want to confirm the retracement is actually legit and it's not just still pushing down further. So we want the sell signal to come up because momentum in the opposite direction is going to confirm, okay, this is retracement. And now we can start looking for the continuation back up higher, right? I'm surprised that there's that many sellers still in the market. So if you guys look over here at retail sentiment, this is pretty crazy because it's been like 70% since yesterday and the market was super duper bullish. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here. I was really hoping that sell signal would close. It's not looking like it. It's there we go. Come on, let's get that sell signal there. Push down a little further. Couple seconds here. No, it is what it is. We need that momentum there to confirm that retracement. Because until we get that, I can't really take anything. I'm going to be kind of sitting tight for a little bit, waiting for it to confirm. Because there's two things that can happen here. Price will either retrace back halfway and correct back up, or price will retrace to the entire movement here and correct back up, or price will retrace to the entire candle movement, break structure, retest, and continue dropping, right? A lot of different scenarios here. I'm okay with the invalid sell. That's fine too. Yeah, Jeff's in sight. Yeah, so we got about 15 seconds left on here. This could be an invalid signal. It doesn't really matter to me. We just need the sell signal. The sell momentum is going to confirm retracement. All right, perfect. Weak red candle right there. See where this swings back up. So look for like a couple different areas for the reversal, guys. So like look for some double body rejections, double wick rejections off the lows. Once you have that, that's probably gonna be the reversal pattern. It'll probably establish a support there and then bounce up from there, right? Or if it goes to the full candle down here, possibly again, bounce from there. So let's keep that in mind. Trying to see if we can get something before the 7 o'clock news, but we'll see what happens here. So he's got to sit tight. There's no reason to force anything here. So just relax, wait, and the intro will come to you eventually. It's just a matter of time. You just got to be patient. You just got to wait for it. So it looks like we might be getting a double body rejection right here, possibly. It's going to be the reversal pattern that we're looking for. I mean, if anybody's looking to take a V1 variation, this could be a V1 variation. Never mind, I take it back. There's no longer a double body there. If the candle closes green, it could still be a double body. So, I mean, some of you guys still like to take the V1 variation entries. V1 variation entries are good. It just kind of depends on the type of market that you're in. This could be a CB entry as well. If this green candle closes smaller than this red candle. So this is a V1 variation right now, currently double body rejection. This could establish as a support and it can easily bounce up. It doesn't mean it's for sure going to happen, but that's a possibility. I just don't like how it's rejecting off the pivot. So I think this is a little bit of a tricky area to be entering trades. And the ATR is very, very low as well. It's currently at 13. So there's just a lot of red flags here, a lot of reasons not to take a certain trade. And with that said, it does not look like this would have been a V1, a clean V1 because you can't really tell what color this candle was. Yeah, you can't really tell, but it looks like if you did take this trade, because it's still a double body, it's just hard to tell if this was a green candle or a red candle. Yeah, next to a white candle, exactly. So pretty much a doji. So I wouldn't have messed with it. I mean, it looks like it would have hit TP, but I would not mess with it. All right, let's see if we get that correction back to the upside. We're getting close to news though, so I'm probably just gonna wait anyways. Yeah, exactly. Nick said he'll wait for a high low or a breakout V3 continuation. Yeah, same here. We might get a breakout V3 continuation back up over here as well. So price continues to climb up from here. We still got like 13 minutes till news, so there could be a possible entry in between this time. Yeah, exactly. Daniel said possibly a pivot with divergence if it pushes up more. Yeah, I can see that. Let's take a look at sentiment. So sentiment here dropped a little bit. You can see a lot of people pulled out of their losing position right there by 1%. It was 71%. Now it's down to 70. Some people pulled out. Looks like they kind of recouped some of the, well, actually, they didn't recoup anything because if they entered down here, they just basically cut their losses and then pulled out. All right, so let's see. We got the momentum divergence here starting to shift up a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so if this candle here closes green, this is going to be a breakout V3 continuation. I'll be taking this if it does close. It'll probably align with the momentum divergence as well. It's got to be a pretty decent green candle though. So it's got to be like, like a first short green candle. It can't be like a doji or swinging back between red. It's got to be like a first short green candle. We got 30 seconds left on this candle here, so we got a lot of time. So we will wait to see how this here moves. We got 20 seconds left. We got 10 seconds left. I'm watching it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Orders are right there. The ATR is just really, really low though. It's not like the best ATR right now. And the candle didn't close super strong green, but I was just following it. I saw how it closed. So this is going to be, I'm just going to put an alert there so I can follow it. But the ATR is very low right now. Here. See what I got over here real quick. Oh, this thing over here didn't work. All right, so I'm just following right here. The volatility is kind of low. I mean, it's really low right now. It's currently at 12, so it's kind of just going sideways as we speak. Um, yeah, I hate these low volatility markets because it looks like now it's just going to go sideways until news. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. If we get too close to news, I might just pull out early. Let's see. 6:50 right now, so we got 10 minutes. We got some time. And the ATR is currently at 12. So I mean, we might just get some consolidation here. Just take a look at the overall picture. 1 minute's bullish, 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 4 hours bullish. Everything's pretty much bullish with regard to the trend. Looking over here at our clean chart, it's not really much here. As you guys can see, it's just kind of going sideways. Going sideways, there's not really a support established. I mean, technically, I guess this could be a support, but it's not a lower low, so it's not a support that I would necessarily um, use as an actual support. So we'll come back and take a look at that. Looking here at liquidity, I mean, obviously there's no liquidity up here. And I knew this was probably going to happen because we're getting really close to news. It's 7:52 right now. Oh shit, price is coming down heavy right now. Still in the position.
Order filled.
Oh, not stopped out. All right, it's all good.
Stop filled.
So unfortunately, I ate a loss on that trade right
Stop
there.
filled.
And we'll move on to the next one. All right, so that was a little bit of a FOMO move for me right there. I should have waited for the candle to close bigger, but it's all good. And then you can see right here, it's spiking right back up. So we just got caught in a bad trade. Price came down, spiked out, and then now it is swinging right back up. So I'll be looking for the next opportunity here. There could be a possible momentum divergence, and then we'll go from there. All right, so first loss for the month so far. We could have a possible momentum divergence here. So you can see how price is swinging back up right here. Let me check this real quick. So we could have a possible momentum divergence on this next candle right here. If this candle closes strong. But again, it's just really too close to news. Yeah, it's definitely a little too close to news right now. And the candles are too small. So I'd probably sit out until after news, guys. And then I would wait for the next opportunity here to come up. See where we're currently at. 6:53. All right, we got 7 minutes till the high impact news event. Currently got the sell signal right here. Here, let me just mark this up as a loss so that we can put this in our stats. 6:49. This. All right, so I marked up the loss right there. Yeah, Rashida said the 5 minute and 10 minute both had double bodies yeah, there was reversal patterns over here for a sell. I didn't bother to take a look at these higher time frames, but there was a double body up there for this sell, which is all good. It happens. There's a V1 variation right here that's currently running, but again, it's too close to news, so I probably wouldn't mess with it. Yeah, I mean, we got caught in that random spike right there. So you guys can see over here. This is what I figured what would happen. Price would just consolidate sideways, and I was okay with holding on to it until we got closer to news. But you can see this candle here just randomly spiked down, and then it came right back up. It looks like they were targeting our stop loss. Literally, it went straight to like barely touching the stop loss, and then it swung right back up. Actually, my bad, guys. This isn't a V1. I just realized that the lower low is down here. I was looking at this, but it was actually not on there. You're right, Daniel. That's not a V1 variation. All right, so we got price pushing back up. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing keeps going up higher and straight back up to where it should have been. Jonathan said he's still in it. Yeah, so this looks like it could probably push back up. So it looks like we just got really unlucky with that trade. Some of you guys are still in the position, so that's great. Yeah, this thing's probably gonna hit TP. I think my stop loss was a little too close. I mean, it's all good, it happens. Nice. So Nick and a couple of you guys are still in the position. Looks like a lot of you guys here actually got out for some profit. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin said he got in late, so he was still in it. Same with Nick, he got in late, so he was still in it as well. But it looks like it's probably going to push up and hit TP still. I mean, it's all good. I got out of it. I got ticked out of it when it spiked down like that. All right, we got the news coming up in a few. This looks like this is probably going to come up and hit. If there's any volatility behind it. And this thing's just sitting around that area. So if you guys are in the position still, I would pull out, guys, that can profit because the news is happening in about 2 minutes. So you're kind of putting yourself at risk if you guys are still in it. Because yeah, you're like a few points, like maybe a point or two away from hitting your TP. But yeah, I would just be careful with it because it's like I wouldn't risk it for like a point or two. Nice. So Kenneth over there also hit his TP. Try refreshing your chart, Nick, 'cause that's what I did last time and it fixed it. Or that's what we all did last time and it fixed it. All right, so we got news coming up over here in about a few seconds, about 40 seconds right now. Thirty seconds till news. Looks like pretty much everybody here pulled out already for profit, so that's fine. kind of said, I think I'm calling it slow market and it's Friday. Exactly. All right, so there goes the news candle right there. You guys can see the crazy movement. That was pretty much what we expected, and this is why I didn't want to hold on to anything into news. So let me take this off right here. See if the news was negative. So the news was negative, just like anticipated. Yeah, I think that's what the vaults look like. Why this was kind of climbing down because the news was already forecasted to be negative. So it looks like the sellers were stacking on, hoping that price would spike down. And then, it ended up spiking down real quick. And then I could probably see a correction back up here. So what you could look for here is if you guys are still looking for an opportunity, a momentum divergence can still come up here. So we had the bullish momentum right here. We have this here where it's bullish, and then now it's kind of bearish, but price can swing back up and provide opportunity for a possible correction. So it's all good. All right. So let's see if there's anything else here that we can take. I'm going to wait for the market to kind of stabilize after the news. Obviously, this big, huge drop right here is based off the news because the news was negative. We had two negative, we had three negative, two positive here. And we're just going to wait. So we'll wait for that correction back up. I mean, if price continues to drop lower, that's completely fine. We'll look for some trades down here, but at this very moment, there's just nothing for us to take here, right now specifically. But if price drops below, there's a bearish trend that shifts, then we'll look for some sells. Otherwise, I think price will probably correct back up. In my opinion, I think price will probably correct back up. Looking over here at the clean chart, let me go and just update this real quick. We'll mark up some structure here. So it looks like price finally established the range. Sort of. So it looks like the full range right here is from this upper level to this lower level. And I mean, it might just range down here. Or if it comes down lower, it might just range down here. But we just gotta wait for the market here to kind of pick up a little bit. The trend is starting to shift a little bit, but it's not necessarily there. So you can see the trend is trying to shift to the downside. But if price bounces off the sessions here and swings right back up, it's just going to be back into a bullish trend. So just a matter of time. Let's see, Daniel's asking if this would be a CB entry at at 702. Yeah, this would be. So we had a lower low right here, small green candle. This would be a CB entry for a buy. Actually, I don't know if this would be a CB entry because the trend here is shifting, Daniel. If the trend was still bullish, so let's just go back to that candle real quick. So technically, yeah, that would be a CB entry because the trend here was still bullish. So we had all of the pivots over here above the level 4. This right here was the candle that you were looking for. And this would have been a CB entry. Right there. And you can see it went straight to TP. So the CB and the V1 entries are actually pretty solid if you're looking to look for the correction after a news event, right? Because price came down right here based off the news because it was negative. You got the reversal pattern right there for a CB, and then the entry would happen right there for a push back up. So we got the trend shifting back up over here. Might get another buy signal. So this right here is divergence swinging back up, as you guys can see. Correction back up right here. Possible buy signal closing. So if this buy signal here closes, there may be another opportunity for a possible breakout V3 continuation for a correction to the upside. If it happens, I mean, if it doesn't happen, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Rashida said trend isn't bullish though. Sucks, yeah. The trend is attempting to shift back bullish. So in this case, you know, you can anticipate that the trend is going to be shifting back up. All right, so you guys can see the trend is trying to shift back up here. The trend meter is back to blue. The price is pushing above the pivots. If this candle here closes as a strong green candle, I might be okay with taking it. But again, it can't be like this over here. This was a FOMO trade for me. Like this was a huge mistake on my end. I should have waited a little bit longer and waited for this to kind of establish, but I didn't wait for it. I just waited for it to close green, and then I was just set on taking it. So if this here closes as a strong green candle, meaning it's like a big green candle, a decently big green candle, then I would be okay with taking it. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to make the same mistake I made earlier. Right. So again, right here, if this here closes up a little bit, I'll take this as a breakout V3 continuation. If not, then I'm going to hold off on it. Candle's closing in 5, 4, not going to take this. And there's no entry there anyways. And this market sucks. I hate this low volatility because the candles will push a little bit and they'll get super flat. It's just, this is how the market's been for the past, well, this entire week, actually. We kind of get caught in a lot of these fake outs, and it just sucks because you get stuck on the sideways movement and you're really hoping that, you know, price will actually move in your direction, but then it kind of just flattens out. So let's see. Nothing else over here. I don't think there's any news from CNBC. Yeah, not much of anything there. Yeah, nothing here. Yeah, exactly. No, 100%, Nick. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna shut off the let me do that actually. That's a good idea. Thanks, Nick. I should I'm still in profit for the week, so I'm good. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. I shut down my Ninja Trader. So now I'm just following the market. We had a great week so far. I mean, we had how many wins this week? 3 or 4 wins and then 1 loss. So we did pretty good. I mean, for the month so far, I pretty much had like a 100% win ratio. Yeah, there's a high level momentum right here that came up too. I don't know if anybody saw it. There's a lower low here. This buy signal broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2, and then it pushed up pretty nice. So if you're looking for some more trades here, guys, what you can look for possibly is a possible, I'm thinking like a V1 variation would be good, or even a CV. So like you can see our price is climbing back up. You can look for price to kind of push down a little bit, provide a CV or a a V1 or something like that, and have it climb back up. So that's like one opportunity you can look for. Another thing could be a possible MPS. And just keep, or my laptop keeps giving me these freaking updates. I'm not trying to update. So there's actually, looks like this could be a possible MPS right here. The ATR is just a little too low though. Yeah, the ATR is just a little too low right there, as you guys can see. I mean, it's right at 15. So I mean, if you're wanting to take it, you can take it. But it is at the thing to look out for there would be the ATR. It's just too low. It has to be at 15. That's typically what the rule is for the strategy. So it's like Daniel here actually caught the high level momentum scalp from earlier. Nice work. And I gotta figure out a way to prevent any updates on my laptop. Because whenever I update my laptop, and I don't know if this happens with your guys' Windows computer, but whenever I update my laptop where it does any system update, it pretty much wipes out my whole NinjaTrader. So I gotta log into pretty much all my accounts and everything. And it's super annoying because it happens over the weekend. And then I don't really, and then on Monday, when market opens, it's like such a nightmare trying to get it all set up for the live session. So I'm not in this position here, guys. I'm trying to take this off. I just wanted to show you guys that there was a possible MPS, but the ATR is too low. So it just would not have met criteria there for entry. Yeah, Nick said it's very odd. I have a Windows PC that never happens for me. I have it auto update as well. Wonder if it's something that you in the settings you can change. I'm hoping so because it's super annoying. Like I try to turn off the updates, but obviously, you know, it being a PC, updates would make sense because you don't want to get caught with anything that could mess up your computer. Yeah, Nick said ask ChatGPT. That's probably the best option. All right, guys. So we got I mean, we don't really have much here. Price is just going sideways. Let's go to the clean chart real quick. Here goes price. Price is actually rejecting off the resistance right here. So it's currently within the range and it's rejecting off the resistance right there. Price actually pushed up to this upper level. Didn't get past the resistance, but it did push up to that point right there. So price is pretty much just ranging between, I mean, it's going between these two levels here, this upper level and this lower level down here. And it looks like it's just going back to opening price. So price pushes up, goes back to opening price, goes back up, goes down, etc. But it's just ranging within this middle area. The overall bias here is still very bullish. So yeah, retail sentiment's actually really high on the sell side. So you can see over here, retail sentiment is currently 73% short. So if you guys are looking for trades, I think buys would be ideal. Over here at CNBC. I mean, there's just not much movement. So the fundamentals are bullish. Retail sentiment is bullish. Technicals are obviously all bullish here. Yeah, I mean, if price was to continue climbing up, that's pretty much what I would anticipate. But there's just not too much going on here. The volatility is very low. Price is just consolidating here sideways for the most part. Yeah, there's just not much going on. But I do see price pushing up. Eventually, I think price will push up. And that's kind of where I expect price to go. But for the most part, there's nothing here. So, all right. So it looks like the MPS actually hit. For anyone who decided to take it there. Or let me see if I can mark it up again. The MPS was actually right here. I was just following it. So price pushed up there, entry was right here. It consolidated around for a bit, but it did hit right there. So nice work, guys, for whoever decided to catch it and whoever did catch it. That was the MPS right there. It took a while and it went sideways for a long time. This is why you don't want to trade when the ATR is super low, because you'll end up getting caught in the sideways movement, which is always what people try to avoid for the most part. All right, so let me take a screenshot of all of my accounts real quick just to show you guys. Where my accounts were for this. So now that I'm looking back at my profits, because I didn't really get a chance to take a look at it for until now. But it looks like I actually got stopped out a little earlier. I don't know how that or why that happened, but it pulled me out for a little earlier. Let me see. Okay, so here's my accounts for the day. I just want to show you guys and just be completely transparent with you guys, because I do lose sometimes. I know some of you guys think I never lose, which is the case because we rarely do lose. So like before this, you guys can see over here, I had pretty much a 23 win streak for the month of May. No losses, of course. All wins. Max drawdown was only $62. So today, obviously, you guys saw the loss that I took right here. We got caught in this spike. You know, I think the spike over there caused some slippage because I'm looking at my loss here. My loss wasn't actually that bad. So the loss was actually only 1,500. So for the week, I'm still up pretty decent. For the day, obviously, it's red for me. But for the week, I'm still green. And that's the key thing here now. So that, you know, and I'm glad that Nick kind of reminded me like, hey, bro, you shouldn't take any more trades after you're taking a loss, because at that point you're going to start revenge trading, right? And I preach this to you guys every day. It's like, follow your trading plan. Like my trading plan is if I ever have a loss for the day, I'm just done. I gotta chill out and just wrap it up for the day. Because if not, then if you take another trade and you lose, you're going to be in a deeper hole and you're going to be more and more mad at yourself. And then on top of that, you're just going to be revenge trading, right? You're going to be looking for some random trades to take just to recoup your loss. You'll be revenge trading, over trading. You'll be stressing out, and then a lot of times that's how people blow their accounts, right? Because like for me, if I lose one trade, it's not going to hurt me. Like you guys can see over here, I lost one trade. It didn't really hurt me too much. Lost one trade today, but you guys can see my weekly P&L. I'm still up for the week. Your main goal every day should be to close the day in green. If you can't close the day in green, at least close the week in green. And if you close the week in green, aim for closing the month in green. Because if you can close every week in the green, and you can close majority well, if you can close every week in the green or majority of the weeks and majority of the months, at the end of the year, you're going to be profitable. That's the key goal. That's the goal there. You know, your goal is not to be profitable for one day, because you know, I've seen a lot of people, it's crazy. Like you see, I post my P&L every single day, and you guys can see that that's where the consistency comes from. You know, you'll see some people who post profits one day, but they won't post profits another day. That's because they don't want to share the losses. But you got to be real with yourself. You have to come to the realization that losses happen, and you just got to eat them and move on. Because if not, you're going to be stuck in that cycle. And you guys know what cycle I'm talking about. It's being profitable, and I'll draw it up here again. It's okay because there's nothing going on here, so I can just go off on a tangent right now. But you guys can see prices going sideways, and this is a cycle that I was just talking about. So first you'll start off here, and I'll just draw a box here because this is like literally what everybody goes through. So first over here, you become slightly profitable. And then right here, slow market, get bored. And then right here, lose a trade. And then over here, after you lose a trade, emotional, revenge trade. And then what happens after that? More bad decisions, blown account, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys have gone through this. Everybody goes through this. Reflection, blame everyone but yourself. And then you start over. That's usually what happens with traders, right? You're slightly profitable, slow market gets you bored, you lose the trade, you get emotional, you revenge trade, you make more bad decisions, you blow your account. And then you reflect and you blame everybody. You blame the strategy, you blame the mentor, you blame the market, you blame something, and then you start over again. You get slightly profitable. Your goal is to get out of this cycle here. Your goal is to get out of this cycle and then you just stay right here, right? Be profitable, slow market, don't take any trades. Be profitable, slow market, don't take any trades, slow market. And then you just go in an upwards trajectory like that, right? That's how you guys want to be. You don't want to be ending up like below here and then just starting over again. That's typically what happens with a lot of people, especially if you're doing if you're trading with a funded account or not even a funded account, if you're doing an eval, that's usually what gets people, right? Because it's so easy to just get a new account that you blow an account, you get another account. You blow an account, you do another account. And it's just an endless cycle until you finally wake up and you realize that, okay, if I could just stop revenge trading, then you can recoup what you lost and then you can make it right back on the next couple of trades. So you just got to take it as is, guys. That's just how the market is. Market's never going to be your friend. You just got to learn how to play with what you have. So looking at the market right now, you guys can see there's nothing going on, right? Price is just going back and forth, back and forth. So there's no entries for you guys to take here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I can answer whatever you guys need help with. But for the most part, there's just nothing here for us to really take. It's 7:22 right now. I know we still have some time. So if you guys are still looking for entries, feel free to keep looking. But right now, price is in this consolidation zone, which is not really a good zone to be trading in anyway. So let me go over here real quick and update these zones. So we're not even in this range anymore. We're actually in consolidation. So prior, we had this range over here between this bigger resistance and this lower support. And now price is just going back and forth right here, right down the middle. Which is the worst. You don't want to trade in a consolidation zone like this. You're okay with trading in a big range, but in a consolidation like this, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Yeah, I mean, this week was okay. Overall profits were decent. I'm just happy that I'm closing the week out in green. Because if I close out the week in red, I would have been pretty pissed off. Because I basically threw away the majority of my profits from that one stupid loss that I took right there. I wish I didn't make that stupid loss, but it's all good. It happens. But you guys can see over here, for the week so far, we did pretty great. So starting from May 6th, yeah, Monday, May 6th, this was our profit from Monday, all wins. May 7th, profits right here. I had a break-even day. That was an accidental trade. May 8th over here, we were up pretty nice. May 9th over here, did pretty good. And then for today, unfortunately, we had one loss. So it happens. One loss right there, about 3 wins, one loss, and then I'm still in profit for the week, which I'm happy with, which is not bad. I mean, here, let's see, let's do the math real quick. 828 times 18, or times 19, actually. I'm still up and pretty good at profit. Plus 728. plus 1,228. So I'm actually in profit for this week so far, 17,688. So it's not really a big deal that I took the loss today. And this is why it's important that you guys are able to keep a cool head when stuff like this happens. Because I could have easily traded my way into another loss, right? Especially if you're trading in a market like this. This right here is not a good market to trade in because it's so easy to get trapped. Like when price climbs up, you can easily get trapped and price will come back down and stop you out. Or then vice versa, if price comes down, it'll swing right back up and stop you out again. So yeah, for the most part, I think price eventually will be bullish. If you look over here on the all the charts from the 1 minute to the 4 hour, you can see that price is still very bullish. So price might come down slightly and then eventually it's going to swing back up. So maybe towards the end of the session, price is going to swing back up and then it is going to shoot right through. All right, guys. So if there's any other questions, feel free to hop into the chat. 7:26 right now. I'll hang out for a bit. You know what I'll do here is I'll actually update our spreadsheet because there's nothing here to take. If the market was moving directional, then fine, I'll keep looking for any opportunities here. But realistically, this isn't an area where you guys should be trading in. So I don't want to influence you guys into looking for trades here because this is not a good area. Once price breaks out of this resistance or this support, then okay, great. You can start looking for some entries. So if price drops below, okay, start looking for some sells, right? If price breaks above, you got to wait for it to confirm too. Now that prices drop below, make sure that there's no fake out because that's probably what's going to happen. Price is consolidating here. It's coming down for the fake out and it's probably going to pull right back into the range. So identify the fake outs and there goes the fake out that I just mentioned. See right there? Price came below, look for the fake out. It's probably going to pull right back into the range. Let's just update our spreadsheet. So unfortunately, as much as it pains me to write this loss today, I mean, it happened, so I got to mark it up. This trade could have been avoided, but it's all good. It seems like whenever I lose a trade, it's only because of FOMO. It's like always because of FOMO. And it happens. I mean, it's all good. It is what it is. It's for a buy, loss, -25. So for the month so far, we're actually still doing really good. What entry is this? BB3C. Yeah, so for the month so far for May, so I have all the stats over here. If you guys ever want to review the stats, you guys know where to find it. It's pretty simple. You just go on the Discord, go down to 2024 official live trades, and then all of my trades here are pretty much documented. So for the month of May so far, we are currently at 4 wins, 1 loss, total profit of 25 points, total trades of 6 trades, and we currently have a 66.7. Wait, this isn't right. Is that right? That doesn't seem right to me. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I can't tell. E13. I guess that's right. Oh, no, that is right. My bad. I was doing the math wrong. 4 divided by 6. 4 divided by 6. Yeah. Or no. Yeah, wait, that is right. I don't know, whatever. That's the win-loss ratio for the month so far, which is not bad. E17. All right. Oh, you're right. I was like, there's no way that's okay. Thank you, guys. I was tripping for a second. I was like, there's no way that the win-loss ratio is 60%. We have like only 1 loss for the entire month. Okay, guys, thank you. So there we go. It's updated. We're currently at 5 wins, 1 loss, total trades of 6 trades, win-loss ratio of 83.3%. So we're doing pretty great for the month of May so far. This is the first full week of May. You know, if we factor in the win from last Monday, Obviously the win rate would be higher, but it's all good. That's just for me right there. So back to the charts, guys. You guys can see the fake out that I just mentioned right here. Hopefully you guys did not get caught in that fake out, because I did give you guys a heads up that this was what was probably going to happen. Price came down right here, faked out, and it's probably going to pull back into the range. It might not. Two different scenarios here can play out. So one scenario is price will fake out, it'll pull back into the range here. Scenario number two is that this will be a break and retest, and it'll just range within this area. Scenario three is that price will just consolidate where it's currently at before it decides to push back up or push back down. So, I mean, it's not a good area to trade in. Let's go back to our main chart. The trend is shifting down though, so I mean, that might be the case. Price might just range within this lower range down here. So it looks like price is going to consolidate here for a bit. We got this really huge double bottom right here off the support level. So I might come back and retest it. So if you guys are looking for some sells, what I would look for is for price to break into the lower structure down here, like break and close. So in order for you to understand whether price is actually dropping or if it's just a fake out, look for how price moves within this area. If price pulls back below here and then fakes out and pulls back in, be careful, because price is probably going to pull right back to this area up here. However, if price breaks below this point and climbs down lower, then it's probably shifting to a bearish trend. Highly doubt that'll happen, but it might happen. Looking over here at retail sentiment, this is the reason why I don't think that's going to happen, because the retail sentiment is still 73% short. It's very high on the sell side. And then looking over here at the fundamentals, are still bullish. And then you look over here at the technicals are still bullish as well. So I don't really see a shift in trend. I mean, it might be a smaller retracement or a smaller retracement, but otherwise it's going to be for the most part, I see a correction happening. That's kind of what I see happening. So, and you can see it's happening right now. It's doing exactly what I just said it was going to play through, right? Fake out happened, and now it's pushing back up. So just use the confluences to your advantage, guys. You know, whenever you guys are confused about what direction to trade in, just look at the confluences. Look at what's obvious. Look at where the retail traders are trading. Try to look for the opposite move. Look at the fundamentals to see if it's pointing towards the upside or the downside. And then obviously the technicals are like the last key. You know, once you confirm the technicals here, you're like, okay, that's probably where price is going to go, because everything else lines up. Retail sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals. Technicals should always be your last resort when looking at overall bias. But again, you know, price is probably going to fake out here. It's not really going to do much. What I can see here is the market makers are looking to lure in traders. So they're looking to lure in buyers and they're looking to lure in sellers. So they're going to kind of fake out and they're kind of screw with people right now, right? They're going to push price up a little bit, or they push price down here to lure in sellers. Now they got screwed. Price is pushing up, so they're going to stop them out. What happens when they stop them out? They're going to lure in the buyers, right? When the buyers buy into this area, they're going to push price right back down and stop them out again. So from my personal experience, I think this is like a day where you should probably not trade anymore unless you like absolutely have to. There's no time limit for the eval, so there's really no reason to force any trades here, because I can see the market makers here just screwing with the traders right now, the retail traders at that. Because you can see people will chase the sells here and then price pushes up. People will chase the buys here, they push price right back down. The range is going to happen within this area. This is what I call churning as well. So it looks like the market makers and the institutions are currently churning. They're pushing price up and they're pushing price down because they want to lure in buyers and sellers. They're trying to open the they're trying to fill up as many traders as they can within the area, and then eventually they'll spike price up to stop everybody out, or they'll spike price down to stop everybody out. It just depends on where the most liquidity is sitting. Because let's see, looking at this here, I can see liquidity sitting at this upper level, and I can see liquidity sitting at this lower level. The reason why I can see liquidity here is because if people are entering sells, and you guys already know how this works, people are entering sells, they're going to place their stop loss at the swing high, right? This area. So that's why I can see liquidity sitting up here. Vice versa, I can see liquidity down here because the people who are entering buys, like for example, right here, their stop loss is going to be right here, and they're going to go for that bigger TP, right? You guys have seen this before, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have marked it up like that before. Just be careful for these two areas because liquidity is sitting up here and liquidity is also sitting down here, depending on which direction you're trading. Because if you're looking for buys, obviously your stop loss is going to be below the support level. And if you're looking for sells, your stop loss is going to be above this resistance level right here. Everybody trades the same. It's just understanding where everybody's like pretty much having their pending orders. Because it's like the same analysis. You just got to put yourself in the shoes of the other trader. So if you're looking for a buy, put yourself in the shoes of the seller. Where are the sellers going to put their stop loss? If you're looking for a sell, put yourself in the shoes of a buyer and think about where they're going to put their stop loss. I mean, it's pretty obvious here. You just turn on the high-low indicator, you can see where all the high lows are that are untested. So let me go over here to our clean chart. So you guys see this right here? These are untested highs right here. Well, it's just basically these two. So these are untested highs. So for whoever's taking a sell, this is where their stop losses are placed. And then vice versa, if you're taking a buy here, these are untested lows. Right. So you just look for that. I mean, it's not super difficult to identify where the stop losses are sitting. Stop losses right here for the sellers, stop losses for the buyers are up here. So if price decides to come down lower, this is what I'd look for. If price taps this lower area right here, so look for price to get below this point. If price gets below this point, this will be your liquidity zone because you can expect a stop loss hunt to happen here. So if the price gets down to this point, expect price to kind of spike around this area here. Like there's going to be a spike, like a big wick over here, because that's kind of where liquidity is sitting. Whoops, leave my thing. I mean, price might not even come down to this point. You just might lure in some more sellers. So price might come down a little bit here, and then the sellers are going to try to stack onto their positions. And then it's kind of like, for example, right here, I got close to it, but not exactly there. And then now it's probably going to push back up. It's all like a mind game, pretty much. It's all psychological when it comes down to it. And if you guys can identify the market like I'm doing right now, this is going to open up a lot of opportunity for you guys to trade within the range. That's why for me, I'm okay with trading within the range right here, like in between, as long as there's no red flags, because if you trade in between like this, then you won't get caught in manipulation of the fake outs, because the fake outs are happening out here or close to it. Let's see, Rashida said weekly also has a pending buy signal. It'll probably come up again. Let's go here to the weekly time frame. Gotcha. Yeah, so the weekly looks like it may have, yeah, it has a pending buy signal right here. So this is on the super, super high time frames. So, you know, if you're looking at the higher time frames like Rashida over here, this is a good indicator, because if this candle closes with the buy signal, you guys can see that it typically climbs. So this could be the start of an actual bullish push, a continued bullish push. So you see the buy signal over here, pushed up. Buy signal over here, pushed up. Buy signal over here, also pushed up. So this is actually a good sign. If this is the case, then, you know, next week, I'll probably just keep looking for buys, because the bias here is obviously bullish, and it's bullish on pretty much every other time frame as well. But again, here goes the consolidation as price just sits within this middle area right here. What a whack. This market was very, I wouldn't say it was a horrible week, but it was, because we still closed the week in profit. If I didn't take that stupid loss today, I would have been even more in profit, but it is what it is. You know, you got to risk it. You got to take some risk with this trading, or you're not going to be very good at it. All right, guys, it's about to be 7:40. So if there's any other questions, you know, feel free to hop into the chat. I don't see anything else here. We have some more team profits here. So we got some profits over here from, let me scroll up real quick. We got David for 115 for the day. Nice work, David. We have Angela over here. She caught liquidity for the push up. Total profit of 250. Nice work, Angela. We've got Johnny here, total profit of 1,192 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, so well over 5,000 for the day. Nice work, Johnny. We got Kenneth here, total profit of 500 per account. He has 4 accounts here, so we're going to say well over 2,000. Nice work, Kenneth. We got Maddie here, total profit of 800 on his first account and a total profit of 139 on his second account for a profit of well over 900 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. Natasha over here took a small loss. Solid good, she recouped it. We have Jonathan over here, total profit of 125 for the day, all wins. He has 4 accounts here, so well over 400. Nice work, Jonathan. And lastly, over here, we have Vimal, a total profit of 350 on his first account and a total profit of 250 on his second account for a total profit of about 600 for the day. Nice work, Vimal. All right, guys, great profit so far. We have more profits over here from Madhu, total profit of 225. Great work, Madhu. So it looks like a lot of you guys here actually didn't take that loss, which I'm glad. You know, I took a loss, but it is what it is. I got screwed on that spike to the downside, but it looks like a lot of you guys here actually were in it and you guys were able to get out for a slight profit. So that's always good to see. Otherwise, other than that, I don't think there's much here to really look at, guys. So here goes, I mean, the market did exactly what I said, right? So as I told you guys earlier, be careful for the fake out. And that's pretty much what happened here. Price faked out, it pulled back up, it pulled back down, it faked out. So basically double dip into the fake out. And this is where it really traps the sellers. I knew price was going to push up eventually, and that's what happened here, right? Price came down, faked out. Price came down, faked out for a double dip, and then it pulled right back into the range where I said price is likely to pull back into. Again, the reason why I knew this, you know, I'm not some wizard. The reason I knew this is because I use my confluences. If you guys can use the confluences properly, you can understand where price is likely to go. Like you can predict where price is going to go, even if price is like so far down here. And again, the things I looked at retail sentiment. This was pretty obvious. I'm like, okay, price is going to correct back up eventually because you're not going to let all these sellers win, right? The market maker knows where the sellers are and where the buyers are. They're going to push price the opposite way. Looking over here at the fundamentals, this is my second confluence. As you guys can see, 139 in the green here. Whenever it's above 100 points and consistently above that point, it's bullish. So that's why the fundamentals here were bullish. Lastly, we looked over here at the technicals, and you can see from the technicals that this here is like, it's pretty clear that it's bullish. 4 hours bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 5 minutes bullish, 1 minute is shifting back to bullish. And that's why I knew price was going to obviously push back up. So, I mean, it's all good. It's a whack market today. This whole week was kind of whack. It was a sideways market, very slow, low volatility. The ATR was like below 15 this entire week, which I think is pretty mad. I've never seen it this low before during May. Or maybe we have and we just don't remember. But the market should be a lot more volatile during the spring months, especially as we lead up until June for the first summer month. David said, hope to see Trump back in the White House. Missed the good old easy trading days back then. Yeah, you know, once Trump gets out of the courts, hopefully he'll be back campaigning, and then it'll cause a lot of volatility in the market. That's kind of what I was hoping for this year. So in December, I told you guys this year is probably going to be pretty exciting and interesting because of the presidential election. But Trump hasn't been able to campaign because he's been in the courts every day. So we'll see. Sadie's asking, summer market is also low ATR. This is how the market typically moves in the summer, Sadie. It's usually slow like this. The ATR is typically like 12. So like this is going to be the normal for summer. The reason for this here is that is because a lot of people go on vacation during the summer, right? A lot of the institutions, market makers, like majority of the traders go on vacation during the summer, right? They make all their money during the spring and the winter, not the winter, the spring and the fall. They go on vacation for winter, of course, and then they go on vacation for summer. So that's why the volatility kind of dies down because there's not really any big players in the market pushing price around. It's mostly retail. It's like people like us, majority of people who don't know what they're doing, and they're kind of just pushing price back and forth. So that's what you should expect. But it's okay because if the market is moving slow, then we're just going to go to our sideways strategy. It's like nothing's really going to change. We're pretty much trading in a low volatility type market anyways. If anything, if the market picks up, we'll just increase the CP stop loss. But for the most part, I think we're pretty good as is. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a great weekend, guys. We closed out this week, unfortunately. Well, I closed out this week with a bit of a loss for the day, but for the week I'm still in profit, so I'm still happy about that. So let me just add that up again so I can put it down. So 828 times 18 plus 728 plus 1228. 16,000 for the week. So I can't complain. I did decent for this week. It would have been nice if I was at my 40K like yesterday. If I didn't take that stupid loss, I would have been at 40K still, but it is what it is. Basically threw out like 30K out the window. I just burnt it this morning, taking this dumb trade, but it's part of the game. All right, guys. So if there's anything else that you guys have to ask me, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here on Monday for market open. So, all right, guys, have a great week.